Welcome into the DNVR Avalanche podcast presented by DraftKings Sportsbook. Use code DNVR when you sign up for a new account. I'm your host, Rudo, joined by Blaze Hunter. That was dope.
Yep.
That's all I really have to say about the matter. Easiest show ever. Avs dunk on the Preds. They end up winning 6-2 as your final score. A great night for a number of Avs players, to be honest, but top to bottom, things felt pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, what are you going to fault them for tonight? They looked pretty solid.
Yeah, and this is the exact game where, like, everyone in this chat is like, what Dallas game? All I remember is the Avs dunking on the Preds. I don't recall anything against Dallas.
Yeah.
So a great response from Colorado. You cannot complain at all about this one. They got the job done. Yeah. It'll be on the review. Don't worry.
Not on this one.
I'm not pouring a beer on my head. I'll do water, but. Landeskog, we'll get to him.
Yep.
We'll get to everybody top to bottom. Let's start with a little bit of a semblance of order here and go with the first goal first. First of all, Avs power play remembered what they were doing.
Yeah, the power play looked great tonight.
Yeah. Even the ones they didn't score on, it was like chance. Quality coming.
They were moving the puck well. And then, like, the other thing that we talked about is, like, this is the Avalanche. Like, they love this PK style that the Preds play, which is very
more passive.
Yeah, more passive, very stationary. The difference between Dallas and the Preds, you could see, is that Dallas moves around. They take chances. So
yep, they force mistakes a little bit more for sure, and being able to get into the zone helps a little bit too.
Yeah,
but. Avs managed to do that a little bit better. Honestly, I thought it was still a little shaky at 5-on-5 at times, but, it functioned.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't fault them too bad for anything, really. Even on the power play, there was a few times where it was like, well, that's not making it into the zone, but, I mean, that happens.
Start again.
Yeah.
Start again. The first goal of the hat trick is the old sand wedge from Mikko, busted it out, made it work. I don't understand his obsession with this shot. Blaze, can you explain it to me?
No, I mean, it's a great shot if you can make it in. He's definitely tried it quite a bit this year, and it finally pays off for him.
Yeah, I mean, when it works, I'm not going to fault it, that's for sure, but it's a weird obsession he seems to have. I don't know what it is.
It's that little wedge chip shot that he did. And that one went was that under the glove there?
It, like just around the pad, caught him a little bit, I think. But don't matter how, just matters how many. And Mikko had enough tonight, that's for sure. He got the second of the game as well. That one a little more standard Mikko.
But another one that he does a lot of.
True, the 1T from the circle.
That shot though that he took on that, he got everything on that, and that was top corner.
Yeah,
no one's stopping that puck.
You cannot put the puck in a better spot.
No,
not a whole lot of dudes that can shoot it that much harder than he did on that one either. So. With the Hattie, Mikko up to 10 goals on the season too, jumping over Cale Makar. The defenseman leading the Avs in goal scoring is over now, unfortunately. But
nature's healing.
Yeah, so I find this comment interesting from Chris, who says McKinnon 2C now. You may have noticed Avs started playing Kadri on the top line in this game.
Yeah, LOC got a little bit of a different look tonight here after a while.
And I'm okay with it one way or the other, but I just think it's interesting that they put Mikko back on the wing and he goes off.
Yeah.
I'm just saying he might not be a center.
That's not his natural role. I mean, that's definitely not what he is either. Like, he's not a two-way forward.
No.
So
defense is you get what you get for the most part, and you just live that.
Yep.
So I don't. Let's see if we can come up with any negatives, because I'm really struggling. I guess. All right, we're gonna go out of order here, and honestly, I don't even know if this is a negative, really. But Landy gets 2, 5, and 10.
Oh, I love that play.
I know you love the play, and we'll get to it, but
Sure.
How do you feel about the refs analysis? of the play.
Okay, wow. It's a little excessive.
Yeah, well, and if you give Landy 2, 5, and 10, fine. But Elkhiom comes in, rips Rantanen's helmet off of his head.
Yeah.
And then just decides to not drop his gloves while he's getting punched in the face, and he only gets 2.
Yeah.
I don't know. Not to mention, this play starts with Landy fell over and he went into the goalie, and I don't think there's really a lot he could have done about it. But
no, wasn't it? Mikko was the one that went in.
No, Landy went in.
Oh, Landy went in.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And a scrum happens, and I'm like, it's scrums happen when that happens. It's fine. But then you have Rittich straight up dropping the blocker on his face.
He got a good shot in on him, really.
And Nashville comes out of all of that with just 2 minutes of penalties for Elkhiom there. And granted,
I think it's just because of from the time that happened to the time that the fight actually, or Landy grabbing Elkhiom happened, it was, it had passed.
Significant. And there was a lot of scrapping going on there.
Yeah.
For sure. But, and look, Landy absolutely got every penny's worth out of the deal.
Well, it's like one of those things that we've been talking about, right? Is like the captain, the big guys on this team need to set a tone, and he did, and it was, you're not going to mess with Mikko. You're going to try to take his helmet off? Fine, all right, well, let's go. Answer this bell. I mean, Elkhiom was just walking around looking for a fight.
Yeah, he was trying to start shit.
Yeah.
Let's be real. He was trying. And he got what he asked for in a bloody face. But I have no problem with what Landy did. I have no problem with him taking the penalties. Was perfectly happy to see it all shake out. And the Avs throw down and say they're not going to take it like that. So it's good stuff.
Team's not soft.
When they choose to be. They're not soft. Yeah. So that was great. Landy had 2.2 assists tonight, I think.
Definitely had one.
One for sure. I think he had a second assist. I'm not 100% sure. I'd have to check the box score. But either way, you got a guy producing and standing up for the teammates. It's an easy win all the way.
2 assists.
Yeah. All right. Turns out I do my job okay sometimes.
Yeah.
Just which, by the way, for those of you here in chat that watched the pregame, did we not call this game to a T? I usually don't do the victory lap, but we kind of crushed this one, all right?
Yeah, it was a little odd.
Called the Mikko game.
Yeah.
Called the Duchesne garbage time goal. Had this one on lock. Well, yeah, all right. We've never get the score right, but everything else we nailed, all right? Sometimes.
I think I did pretty well in my bets tonight.
Yeah, I think your bet's nailed.
Yeah.
I think your bet's nailed on this one, so I'll just ride your coattails on the bets. Whatever you bet, I'll just type it in real quick and take dubs because you've been hitting a lot recently. So
yeah, it's been good.
Yeah. All right. So getting back into the game, obviously the Avs do give one back at the start of the second period. You never want to give up goals, right?
No.
But I do like to see the Avs when they put themselves in those situations because those are the types of situations that make and break playoff teams, right? Yep. Can you stem the tide when the other team's pushing back at you? Can you function when you're trying to keep it a 2-1 game? Things like that. And obviously the Avs knocked this one out of the park. They had the guy, he's not our king of the game because obviously you all know who the king of the game is going to be. We'll get to that. But Bowen Byram back in the lineup, comes in and immediately provides a jump to this team scoring the third goal of the game.
Yeah, I mean, you saw it, right? All game long, he's jumping up into those plays, right? So that part of his game being back for the Avs is huge. Just another guy that just provides a lot of offense.
Yep. I mean, it's the consistency for especially a 20-year-old defenseman in the offensive production is outrageous. I mean, the Avs are living on cloud 9 right now, basically, with what they're getting there. So it's wild, and we'll see Ryan Murray
Yeah, what happened to him?
It's no one really knows what happened. I'm sure Jesse will have the details after the interviews happen. But played 11 seconds tonight. Assuming on a back-to-back, Bednar isn't benching one of his defensemen for the entire game and that he's hurt. But it's whatever that has happened. Any long-term outlook is really straightforward. You just drop Jack Johnson in his spot, and the Avs keep going. But all the more importance for someone like Bowen Byram to step into the lineup and be a dude right away.
For sure. I mean, had a great first game. Hopefully he can stay healthy. Hopefully none of the concussion stuff kind of lingers back in, and you just have that set core of defensemen back there that you can really, the Avs can just take away other teams' chances to score and then just turn it around and just provide a ton of offense. Like, you're seeing it. They're scoring a lot.
You don't say.
I know you have eyes, so.
It's a decent point to bring up because obviously the Avs were scoring a ton, and then you have the Dallas game where they only get the one goal, and you're like, all right, here we go. Yeah. They're going to settle back into normal scoring hockey games, and then it's drop 6 on Nashville because they can.
That was the fluke game.
The fluke is the one goal, not the 5s and 6s. So
but when they're doing everything right, like tonight, like they were moving their feet, like right from the start, you could see that they had a little bit of jump in their game, right? Like,
absolutely.
They were moving their feet. They were passing the puck well. Everything was working. They actually felt like a unit out there, and it paid off. Like they pressured the Predators so much that they had no room to really maneuver, and they would just take the puck away and then create scoring chances.
I mean, look what happens when you move your feet.
Yeah.
Look at the penalties Nashville take. Stick penalties, holding penalties, the type of penalty where you outskated them, you got position on them, and you forced them to take one. Avs go 2 for 4 on the power play. That's pretty simple math.
Yeah.
It's how to win hockey games right there by outskating teams, and it's exactly what they did all night tonight. From the jump, too. You're 5 minutes into the hockey game, and you're like, yeah, the Avs are making their passes tonight. Yep. It was the exact opposite of the Dallas game where you're like, oh, my God, nothing is working. You're like, no, the Avs are good.
Yeah.
Everything's going fine. So
yeah, I would say Sammy G did have a little bit of a slow start.
He did.
He definitely cleaned it up as the game went on, but that first period there was a few times where he wasn't looking too hot.
Yeah, even there. Maybe not directly responsible for the first goal, but had the turnover that eventually led to it. And
it just really looked like he was unsure, didn't know about his decision making, so it was kind of like skating into the corners and just getting trapped.
Yeah, and we're nitpicking here. Obviously, he had some shifts later in the game where he was vibing in the offensive zone. So don't want to take everything away from him, but we got to find some negative to talk about, I guess.
But like I said, that was early on in the game, and then as the game went on, he felt a little bit more confident. Was definitely skating a lot better with the puck and moving the puck well. So
yeah, it's when Sam Girard playing like that, which was still a decent to solid game besides maybe one critical mistake, is your worst player, you're having a good night, all right?
For sure.
So it's just that easy. We do have our DraftKings pick of the week, by the way, which do this in every game. This isn't just Avs games. If you're ever watching a Preds game and they're trailing by 3 or more late, put all of your money on Matt Duchene to score a goal.
Absolutely.
Because that thing will hit every single time in garbage time.
He's done it his whole career.
Yeah. So that's what I'm going with for our pick of the week for DraftKings. Get on the live betting, get in a Preds game, bet Duchene to score a nothing goal late. It's automatic money. You can check out DraftKings Sportsbook. Download their top-rated app now. Use code DNVR to sign up with a new account to get an odds boost. Bet $1 on any team to score a point. You get $100. It's just that easy. Go jump on the $100 free of bets and then put it all on Matt Duchene. Must be 21 or older. Colorado only. Other terms, restrictions, and conditions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. DraftKings is an official sports betting partner of the NFL. And, of course, if you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-522-4700. All right. It's Saturday, so I don't think we have to do any other reads. We're good to go. I just wanted to get my pick of the week in.
Just cruising.
Yeah, we're
the pick of the week had to come in.
We're vibing right now. So, second period of the DNVR Avalanche podcast presented by DraftKings Sportsbook. Let's talk about Cale Makar first. I'm gonna save Mikko for last. A 3-assist night casually tonight.
Yeah, unreal.
And it's like, oh, his goal streak ended. Oh, darn.
Oh, shucks.
Yeah, Yahir took the bet for Makar shots instead of Mikko. Poor choice.
Mikko hit his shots over in the first period.
In the first 4 minutes of the game, he had 4 shots on goal. But Cale, he's just that guy where, it didn't feel like he was ultra instinct transcending space and time tonight, but he still just produces like a monster, and it's insanity.
It was just another day in the office for Cale Makar.
Exactly.
Nothing to write home about, nothing special about it, but, just walks away with 3 assists. So. Casual day in the office.
It must be nice to be that good at hockey.
It's unreal watching him. It's so fun to watch.
It really is.
Wow.
I say it way too often, but I'm so thankful that I get to cover a team where it's like, oh, so I just get to cover that guy for the foreseeable future, huh? All right. Seems good.
Yeah.
I'll just talk about him all the time. Not too shabby at all. Makar, I don't know how he can't be the favorite by a mile to win the Norris right now. I don't think it's even particularly close with anybody else.
Yeah.
But I think tonight really showed just how quickly the new guard has come up for the defense, because we saw Roman Josi. Roman Josi won a Norris 2 years ago, man.
Yep.
And just not on the same level as the Cale Makar, not even close.
No, but I mean, he definitely has that that same style of play, though, right? Very gifted with his feet, not Cale Makar. The edge work is unreal with
no
Cale,
one's Cale Makar.
but still has those moves to kind of just free up space.
Absolutely. Find the shooting lanes, things like that.
Good player.
So, not taking anything away from him, but your time has passed, Josi.
Yep.
The new kids are here. It's going to be a fun decade. I think that's a great way to put it, to be honest. It really is. They don't even need to stay that healthy, apparently, as they're now 7-1 without Nathan McKinnon. So
another W.
That's as good a time as any to do the Dr. Dub shot. Chat, we appreciate y'all. Hope you're having a wonderful Saturday night. Yours is way less full than mine. What is this? All right, here we go. All right. Those aren't too bad. They're really not.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, Makar just better than the Lawnmower 6.0. I'm not going to go there. Don't have to do a read today. We're just not going to go there.
That was a good one, though.
It was. Let's talk about this conversation. And so we've talked about the meme version of this, where it was like, when do Avs fans start saying JoJo should be the starter? Which, of course, is not going to be the case. Darcy Kemper is the starter. If you go look at Darcy Kemper's numbers on the whole, they're actually quite good.
Yep.
Yes, he had the crazy game in Ottawa and didn't play that great in their loss to Dallas, even though we didn't really fault him for that. But his numbers on the whole have been very, very solid, even if he hasn't quite gotten over that shutout hump yet.
Yeah.
But I do think it's an interesting conversation right now, where you have Francouz taking shots again. He's not healthy yet, but he's close. JoJo's put in good work for the Avs. Is there a conversation where JoJo stays as the backup?
Yeah, that's maybe. So that's a hard one for me.
I agree. I think it's a legitimate conversation.
So what do? You take Francouz and go down to the AHL and have him play games?
I wonder if maybe a team would even try and claim him. So maybe you can't do that. It's a tough spot. It's genuinely a tough spot because JoJo has played well as the backup.
He definitely has played well. I mean, tonight he faced 24 shots, so
it wasn't the most difficult
and a lot
performance
of those shots,
in the world, but
were perimeter shots as well.
But he did what he had to do. Also, in the parts of the game that mattered, he gives up one goal and then he gives up a garbage time goal, which means nothing. It wasn't the cleanest performance, but he made the saves that he had to make. He bailed himself out of a couple tight spots and got the job done. Yeah. Which, for a backup goaltender, that's all you're really asking him to do. So
it's just like rattling around my head now, like what you're supposed to do with your backup goaltenders.
Yeah, someone brought it up. Someone said a conditioning stint for Frankie, which, given how much time he's missed over this contract, they absolutely could do. Send him down to the Eagles on a conditioning stint, get him a couple games. That's not, they can't do that forever. Eventually they do have to make that decision, but I don't think it's as cut and dry as it was a month ago, where it was like, as soon as Frankie's healthy, he's the backup for sure.
Yep.
JoJo has at least played his way into the conversation.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
We'll see. Yeah, Annanen's played great. Not ready for the NHL. Nope. Let's not get crazy. But, okay, that's the wrong answer also.
Dubnik, yeah. Let's go.
It's weird how many positives you're finding out of a game like this for Colorado, and I'm gonna, put it in the box of like, eventually they're still not gonna score 6 goals a game. That's gonna stop someday, but while it lasts, just enjoy the ride, right?
Yeah, you have to. What are you gonna fault in a team that's scoring?
Yeah,
a bunch of goals?
I know it's a fun team to watch. It's hard to go too hard on them because. Yeah. They are averaging over 5 goals a game in their last 8 games. Like, what do you say? I don't know. They're good.
Yeah. I mean, any coach would be ecstatic if their team went, and just scored 5 goals a night. You should win almost every game.
Pretty much. It makes your life a lot easier.
Yeah,
you don't got to fret over every detail when you're pouring in goals like that. No doubt about it. I did see we had a couple of super chats, at least one. We can get to that real quick here. When does it become time to panic with Kemper? Yeah, we kind of already answered that. It's fine. Kemper's just fine if you look at his body of work, especially for like a goaltender that's still adjusting to a new team. We've talked about this a lot. Honestly, Seattle's a great example. You're starting to see Philip Grubauer settle in this past couple of weeks. He's finally started putting in some solid performances. It's that I really do think it's that 20-game mark for goaltenders with new teams that things finally kind of settle into place. So,
and you're going to see a few setbacks as goalies are getting used to new teams, right?
Definitely.
And goalies, same with like everybody else, like they have their off days. But like you said, like if you look at his body of work, it speaks for itself, and he's getting better as the year's going on.
Yeah.
So you got to just kind of ride that trend. Again, it's still too early to be like, you need to sit your starting goalie.
And people forget, it's like, wow, he gave up 8 goals in his last 2 starts. And it's like, yeah, but also 2 of those are because his skates just stopped functioning. Like, it's not his fault.
The last one where he was laying on his belly and the puck was on his back.
Yeah, it's like, what is he supposed to do here? Yeah. So, context matters. Well, I'll leave it at that on that front. Yeah. Don't. This game was score affected to all hell as well. I'm not saying don't look at the advanced statistics, but I'm saying understand the context of the hockey game. When a team gets up 3-1, 4-1, 5-1 in a third period, of course they're going to get caved in. Yeah. Like it's how hockey functions, because there's no. It's human nature to lose that lack of urgency when you have a lead like that. So,
well, those statistics are good for close games because then you can really see who's playing better. So,
agreed. When it matters, you can see who's playing better. As the JoJo save plays where he reaches back and bails himself out.
So crazy.
It was a wild one. It worked out. Someone's playing Smash Mouth at the bar. All right, this was my jam as a kid. All right, I was basic. No, you don't want Matt Murray. Even Matt Murray's not worth it at full 50% retention, man. You don't want that contract. You want nothing to do with that.
He's bad. Yep.
Agreed. Very succinct, Spence. I don't know how else to put it. All right. We've beat around the bush for long enough. Let's get to our king of the game here.
Let's go. Who was it?
Oh, who could it possibly be?
I have no idea.
I don't know. Chat, when you think of like an apex predator, when you think of the king of the wilds,
yes,
what do you think of, chat? And whatever you say, if it's not a moose, you're wrong. So, Mikko, of course, is the king of the game. Not just a hat trick. He throws an assist in there as well. I love this king of the game graphic. It's so good. Has the 4-point night. Absolutely wonderful. This is... I'll speak for myself. This was the game I've been waiting for from Rantanen to come through, especially with McKinnon out of the lineup.
For sure.
Where he just says, I'm going to go win a hockey game.
Yeah. Well, and we talked about it before the game started, right? Like, he's due for one of these games.
Yep.
And it came true. And, I mean, that's what you want to see from that top line. Especially, like you were saying, if McKinnon's out, who's your next big dog for scoring?
That's Mikko.
That's Mikko, and he did it tonight.
Is it a dog or is it a big moose? I don't know.
It's a big moose. I misspoke. I'm sorry.
Mooses are just like big dogs, kind of, when you think about it.
Very, very big dogs.
The assist, agreed, hostile takeover. That assist was all world power forward stuff. And again, it's not like he's dunking on Jack Johnson. Dude goes in, straight up dunks on Roman Josi, one-hands him, all right, Superman-ing him.
Yeah, the 360 one-hand.
Yeah, does the curl, does the pass across to Val, and it's like, how is this guy fair? How is he allowed to do this? So, I don't know what else to say about
What do you think about
Mikko.
his third goal?
Oh, God. It didn't have to go like this.
Do you think that was the set play right there?
Oh, yeah. Calculated. Kadri, pass it off the defenseman's stick to the open area. Mikko cuts to the middle, opens up the space. Classic. Look, I don't want to pour water on my head tonight, but I have to. So, tune in to the Avalanche review later tonight, I guess. That's all I had to say about that. Mikko balled out. The Avs balled out. It was really quite easy for a hockey game that I wasn't sure how this was going to go. I really was not sure where the Avs were going to respond from the Dallas game, but they came out and smoked this team.
Yeah, for sure, and especially on a back-to-back. But like we talked about this, is that the Predators were coming off a back-to-back too, so kind of evened up the playing field, and it's a good way to respond after losing a game that felt like you should have probably gone in there and done a little bit better than what had happened last night.
Yeah, I'm not asking for anything better tonight, that's for sure.
No, great rebound game.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for Bo. Those missed games are definitely going to hurt his chance for the Calder, but I'm not saying he's out of it. That's all.
I mean, there's still a lot of season left.
Yeah, I mean,
he can stay healthy for sure.
Doing math on air, this was game 18.
Yep.
So you got 64 games left. We got there. That's a lot of hockey to be played. Yeah, I mean, Blaze, I think it was you that said it. At this point, Mac getting back into the lineup is like, don't screw it up, bud. Like, just get out of the way.
I mean, crazy that you're talking like this.
Yeah. I have no doubt Mac will get his when he gets back.
Oh, for sure.
The Avs are just motoring right now, and that's with Byron back in the lineup, it really feels like the only real hole left is that bottom line, the fourth line, where you're still kind of running Magna on that line. You're making things work at times.
So you're getting Mac back, and then hopefully at some point you're going to get Comfer back, right? So that's two. So like what we've talked about before is pushes everybody down. So, I mean, what does your third line look like?
I mean, depending on which line is which, your third line is probably Newhook, Comfer, O'Connor, I guess.
And then Jost,
Helm, and
insert player.
Kaut, Magna, whatever, in that last spot.
Yeah.
So.
Ranta.
hey, look, he scored 2 goals tonight up in Loveland, all right? So
keep going.
Yeah, Kaut is practicing in a no contact. We're not exactly sure what his timeline is, but there's also a legitimate question of like, oh, we forgot about Kubel. Yeah, it probably not Kaut because it would be fully healthy. It would be Kubel,
yeah.
Which you could make an argument for Kubel on the third line, however you want to organize it. Not going to get into the exact specifics of the bottom 6.
Knack was close to scoring one tonight too.
He was. He probably should have had that one, but ran out of talent. Indeed. Couldn't quite kick it to the stick.
It's a close one.
Kubel has fit in pretty well. His game isn't perfect. He's taken some bad penalties, but I think that's something you're probably just going to have to live with a guy like that.
That's his game, right?
Yeah.
Like, we saw, like, he finishes checks. He's not shying away from getting into stuff. So he is going to take penalties, but if he's still producing and, helping the team out, great.
Yeah.
It's good to have that edge on that type of line.
It feels like a step up from like a Helm, right?
Yeah.
A Helm and a Magna step up on the ice, and you're like, if they get the puck in the offensive zone, it's not going in.
Yeah.
You have written off the play the second the puck touches their stick. With Kubel, there's still a little bit of that. Maybe this could work.
Yeah, for sure.
So I do like that about his game for sure. I do think he adds a touch more skill to the Avs bottom end on the forward side.
And he's sandpaper.
Yeah, 100%. We'll just go run into dudes.
Do not like him.
Yep.
So,
well, Nashville didn't like a lot of Avs tonight. So
that's very true.
They found reasons to not like it. It's just a great game. No matter what angle or what lens you're looking at the Avs from, you got what you wanted. You got the goal scoring. For the most part, you got quality defense. You got good goaltending for the load that he faced. You got the physicality, top to bottom. There were a number of different plays where the Avs put good hits on people. They took hits well. Obviously, the big scrum. Yeah. Landy threw down. Yeah,
stood up for his teammate, which is awesome to see.
So it really is wins top to bottom on this one for the Avs. I don't have a lot negative to say in general. I mean,
well, like what we were talking about, right? There's so many just like small parts of the game that you could break down and be like, okay, what's going on there? Like,
sure.
I think we were talking about it was in the third period, right at the start of it. Predators got the puck. They're skating to the zone. It was very nonchalant.
Oh, yeah.
Defense was playing nonchalant. Yeah. At any moment, it looked like somebody could just like, put a shoulder down and go
straight to the net unimpeded, basically.
Like the Avs were basically just like letting him do whatever he wanted for a few seconds.
Yeah, and there's
that's all you can.
Moments like that happen.
Yeah, that's what
across
I'm saying.
The course
like
of a game.
You can find small parts, but
definitely,
if you're looking at the whole game, it's a complete project for them.
Yeah. Their zone exits were great. I really thought they moved the puck extremely well out of their own zone tonight, which limited Nashville extremely. The entries are always a work in progress for every team. That's almost more of a tape battle than anything else, where every couple weeks the team gets the new tape in, and it's like, all right, they're doing this, that, and the other thing on the entry, so you line it up and you got to adjust.
And they did better tonight with zone entries, so.
Yeah, that's true. It was better. I still think it could be better, but it was significantly better, obviously, than the Dallas game.
Power play's working.
Power play worked famously. I had zero complaints about the power play tonight. McDermott better on the ice as a forward or a D. Well, he's a complete disaster as a D, so forward.
Well, you can hide as a forward as well.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like at defense, like if you're not good, you get exposed quickly because you're getting scored on.
We were like 8 minutes into the second period, and I was like, oh, McDermott. This is the first time I've seen him tonight.
And not in the fight.
Yeah, that sly smile after the whole thing went down, where he's sitting on the bench like, yeah.
Then he got annihilated as well. Well, not annihilated, but he got hit pretty hard.
Yeah. He took a big one.
Yeah.
I don't play men's league, Blaze, so I'm going to defer to you on this one. But how good are the chirps in men's league?
I mean, they're like C+, probably.
C+? What would you rate Kadri chirping Nick Cousins from the box? Yeah.
That's like, A+ material.
A+ material?
Yeah. From the Ripley or lip reads I got from you.
Yeah.
Pretty funny.
Your career has gone effing nowhere. You're effing no one. All right? So, even the talking game is on point tonight for
the best
for
thing
the Avs.
is, like at the stadium at Ball Arena, that penalty box is open, so they can just talk back and forth to each other.
It's open air, yeah. It's I enjoy it. Some of my favorite highlight moments have come in that penalty box, whether it's this Kadri one or the Landy moment telling the plug to go back on waivers. But Kadri, a multi-point night quietly for Nazem Kadri too, right back on
this
on
is the
his
whole
game.
thing we're talking about. It's like, here's all the positives that happened. Kadri.
Kadri is 100% priced out of the Avs.
Yeah.
He could score 10 points the rest of the season, and some team would still be like, we should pay that guy. Super chat here from Colton. Thank you very much. This is the most Dr. Dubs win. EJ's still bad, but Jesse has to be just a bit less salty. Yeah, I mean, EJ was fine. He didn't really do anything super negative tonight. He didn't do anything super positive either. But for a bottom pairing D, that's good.
Yep.
You will take that every single night. So you're doing just fine. Maybe. I'm, never gonna say it's gonna happen because it's the Cup. It's hard.
Yep. Would be nice.
Kadri's not gonna. The Avs can't afford to pay him enough. Like, there's a limit to how much of a discount you can take, and the Avs aren't even going to be in the ballpark at this rate. So it's we'll see. That's all. Johnson or Nemeth? Which Johnson? Because EJ, definitely EJ. The big unit is like top level Johnsons. All right, you can't fuck with Randy. Dude, I'm Pfizer gang, all right? So no, tough decision. Do you think the Avs re-sign or trade? Neither. He walks in free agency. That's how it's going to go. They're going to keep him for the playoff run, and then he's going to walk.
Sure.
That one's super straightforward.
You got to keep him, and then you're not going to be able to afford him at all.
Yep. Oh, yeah, Kadri absolutely deserves the bag.
Yep.
I'm not going to fault a player for going and getting his. Yeah, there you go. You buy out EJ, maybe you could find the money, but then you got to fill that defensive spot, right? Like, yeah, just let him huck the puck, man. Just blow up a bird with the puck, just throwing it into the net. Yeah, we can make this a short one, to be honest. It's Friday night. We're going to go down to the bar, probably have a few. So
it's Saturday.
I've had enough already, I guess. Yeah. Any final thoughts, Blaze, before we get out of this one?
If the Avs keep doing this all year, it's going to be a real fun year.
Oh, you're telling me. I don't. If the Avs do this like 3 more times, I don't know what we're going to do for the pod. I genuinely am going to be like, the Avs won 6-1 again. I don't know. Everybody scored. Great. Thank you, Azar. Much appreciated. We appreciate all of you here. It was a good win tonight.
Yeah.
We appreciate all y'all. Thank you for watching, listening, however you consume the pod. Be sure to like and subscribe here on YouTube to catch all of our stuff. We'll be back Monday with a normal non-game day show. It's been a minute, it feels like, since we've been able to do a couple of those. And then, of course, Wednesday we have... we'll see. Hang loose on this because Nuggets want to do a watch-along too, but as of right now, we're scheduled to do a watch-along for the Leafs game.
That's going to be a good game.
Yeah, we'll have more details on that one as we get closer to the game. Should be a fun one. We'll let you guys know. Keep your eyes peeled. Other than that, make sure you head on over to the DNVR. Check out Jesse's postgame, AJ's grades, all the good stuff. We will talk to you all later.